the left inherently hates ourselves, or is this narrative that humans are bad and we're doing the bad things and we need to punish ourselves for being bad? And then kind of the conservatives are more like, no, we're not just bad and we're not necessarily doing the wrong things. We just have to look at it in a different way. First, I thought that was a very simplified way, but the more I think about it, it's like maybe that is closer to being true. I don't know. What do you make of it? Also, I'm watching it from over here. It hasn't come here yet, but like the day some teacher comes to come in and start telling my sons that are 5 and 6 that, you know, the man's having the baby and stuff, like I'm pulling them. I'm taking them out. And so, what do you see happening there?
As dangerous as it was to talk about the lab leak, we're saying, if you go back to 2019, 2020, you and I we were so cautiously trying to split hairs about how do we talk about being real that maybe this horrible virus did come from a lab. We would have been banned off of everything.
Yeah,
that is almost what it's like. Yeah, to talk about anything trans in the United States right now. If I went to a teacher in California, the parents don't even have a right to know what the teacher is talking to the child about regarding their sexual identity, all the way down to kindergarten. So the parent has no authority to need or want to know. Well, they can want to know. They just won't have the authority to find out what the teacher is saying to the child or what the child is saying to the teacher about their sexual identity. That is insanity. That is absolute bigotry, and that is, in my opinion, grooming. So we are, and it's one of many topics. You talked about the environment, the current religion of wokeism to include transgender, all of the things. Basic common sense from history and science have just been thrown out the window for whatever you want to believe is the truth and your new reality. That's fine. You can believe whatever you want to believe. That's the cool thing about being American is you can have the freedom to have those own thoughts and those own opinions, but you don't get to tell me what to think. And I know that biologically we got 2 genders, and I don't care what you think you are. You can believe that, and I'll respect that, and I'll treat you like a human, and I'll love you regardless as my neighbor. I'll mow your lawn if you need help. If you want me to do whatever you need, I'll support you to do that. But you do not get to project that onto me or my family as to what my freedoms get to be. And we have definitely, the pendulum has swung so far into this radical idea that it is, people are speaking out, and laws are starting to be passed. And most important, parents are starting to fight back. They're going to school unions. They're pulling their kids from schools. They're starting private schools, and they're doing everything within their powers to compete against these radical ideas that are bad for the family and they're bad for the kids.
Well, it's good to hear there's some fighting back going on. I know, well, you had been starting Apogee on our last conversation, I think 3 years ago. I want to get an update on how that's going. But like you said it perfectly there. I think in America, we've always believed that everyone has the choice to be who they want to be, whatever you want to be. But when you start trying to project those ideas onto our children and us, and I guess our children were super sensitive because they can be shaped really well. When you're trying to project those, that's when people stand up. But I guess their argument is, oh, now you're discriminating me. And that's the way they try to hide behind that. And it sounds like they've ridden that pretty far in some states. And you're just coming out and saying, no, it's not that, but you can't push these agendas if that's not what I want for my children.
Yeah, that's right. And not what I want. It's also what the children want. They're saying, a 6, 7, 8-year-old that's like, oh, a little girl is like, man, I think I'm a boy. And we start giving them chemical castrations and puberty blockers, because this little girl that could also say she's a unicorn wants to be something. That's the beautiful thing about being a parent is they can have any beliefs and they can be swayed and persuaded in any direction because they're so impressionable and they're so beautifully innocent that is why it is the job of a responsible parent and a responsible adult to protect these children. Just like a kid will run out into the street, just like we won't let them buy alcohol in the United States until they're 21. They're not allowed to vote until they're 18. But they can make a decision about permanently mutilating their body. It makes no sense. And it makes no sense in such a damning and damaging way to these children and to their mental health for their life moving forward, because these are irreversible things. There's no common sense human on the planet that would look at a young child that's, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. And it's like, man, I think I'm going to be, this specific gender. I'm going to make this permanent decision right now. And you're going to be like, that's a great plan. Let's do that. I'm going to give you, a surgery and chemicals to facilitate that. No, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until your frontal lobe fully develops. We're going to wait for you to get healthy in your own skin and figure out what you want to do. Maybe get through these crazy hormones of puberty and then maybe start making some decisions. And it is so evil. It's just evil what we've been doing to children for the past few years. And it's everywhere. Disney puts it in their cartoons. Bud Light puts it on their cans. That's bad move, Anheuser-Busch. But you've seen it everywhere. It's just been this constant assault on rational, logical thoughts.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.